two things I want you to walk away from this. Number one, you know more about your space than a McKinsey, than a Forrester, than a management consulting company. So you need to appreciate the knowledge that's between your ears. Okay, so number one, you've got a lot of really good intelligence right in your head. Number two, okay, and if you start to deviate from this, have a little Matt Easton pop on your shoulder, okay, good things will happen. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. I said it 3 times. And the process is this. You're going to get their attention. I just showed you a way to get their attention. Something, I call it a hook in the ESP.
Almost like a concern.
Yeah, but it's not a game. It's not a game. When they call you back, you're actually giving them some intel. How other dental, there's a little secret that the top dental offices, they're kind of sharing amongst themselves that nobody's talking about, right? You're going to have one of the hooks from, we call it ECCP, Easton Cold Calling and Prospecting. Then you're going to deliver an insight. That insight, and this is how I've made tens of millions of dollars, is helpful to them, Nathaniel, whether they are become a client to you or not. And nobody else in sales that you're competing with is doing that. Sure. Right? When,
almost like you're showing them and giving them value, whether they
100%. Because when I was skinny, okay, still am a little bit,
you look skinny.
But when I was the kid skinny,
sure,
right, with a mom that made $4,000, I wanted to seat at the table. I wanted to be in the room. I wanted to be invited to Los Angeles to go to dinner, so that never knew she would be there, but so that Vanna White could put her hand on my shoulder and change my life. I had to add value. And what I found was when I was adding value, the world then comes to you. When you're trying to push your ideas on somebody else, the world is going to push you back. And the only clients that you're going to land are the ones that are going to know, I'm getting burned. I can feel the pain, right? I got to put this fire out. That's generously 2% of the potential people that could buy from you, no matter what business you're in. If you can figure out a way to get the attention of, say, 50 or 60 or 70%, and then ask them questions like, hey, just out of curiosity, where are you at in terms of top line revenue for the dental practice right now? Where do you want to be? Right? Well, we're at 3.5 million. I mean, I'd like to get to 10. Why 10? My daughter, I'm pretty happy. She just graduated from Tufts, and she's going to be, working here for a little bit. We'd love to open a second location, kind of have a father-daughter dental practice here to where we've got enough patients to open that second practice. Based on everything that I've heard you say here, Dr. Rick, the fact that you're at 3 million right now, you'd like to get to 10 million, you want to have Amanda be able to open that second store. One of the secrets that we could do is maybe some local search and get you in front of those clients that aren't, necessarily know that you're out there, really at a fraction of the cost per click that you guys are paying Meta and Google right now. Does it make sense for me to shoot over a quote and get you started on a couple months of the local SEO, right? But see, I've waited until the end. I waited until I figured out what's going on. I waited until I figured out that half of the leads that he's getting right now are garbage.
You almost figured out what they want to do, what they want to happen, and then now you're using your service and product to get them.
Correct.
Like you're in that vehicle to get them to their desired outcome.
Correct. And now I don't have to sell. I never feel like I closed 3 huge deals today. I didn't feel like I sold a single one of them because I slowed the process down in the beginning. And I want to be sure that I'm crystal clear here to you, and I want to be sure that I'm crystal clear to the audience, okay? When I say slow the process down, I don't mean months, I don't mean weeks, I don't mean days. The order of what you say, Nathaniel, is more important than what you say. I'm going to say that again for those of you taking notes. The order of what you say is more important than what you say. And if you start with, I can save you money. If you start with, I can improve your leads. If you start with, I can reduce your cost, or I can find you qualified candidates, it's the wrong order. You have to start with getting their attention. You have to learn about their current situation, where they want to go. You have to be able to skillfully monetize that deal and explain and be able to say things like, you know what, Dr. Smith, because of the fact that you said blank, right? You're spending $18,000 a month right now on ads. You don't have another penny to throw at marketing, but you want to be able to somehow grow the business from 3 million to 10 million so Amanda can open up that second practice. And ideally it can be in Aspen, Colorado, because you like to ski in the winter. I'd like to recommend our XYZ or ABC or our local SEO, right? When you can learn, and by the way, that can all be one conversation. but they're going to lead that conversation. At the very worst that's going to happen is you're going to set a next step, okay? And they're going to be like, man, that Nathaniel is really sharp. That guy really cares. He really understands a lot about my business. Not the right fit for me right now, right? And you're never, I teach.
And that's okay, right?
Correct.
I would kind of rather that be okay.
1,000%.
You know, I don't want to sell somebody on something that's not going to benefit them.
Me too.
I've done that before in the past, and it feels horrible. You don't like it. They don't get the result they're looking for, and you make a little bit of money, but then at the end of the day, you're just
you don't make any money. You know why?
Well,
because they're the ones that call you 18 times a week,
right,
because they're not happy. Again, that all goes back to the order. If you start, let's say you are the perfect fit and you can help me, but you start with that, okay? I feel like I'm being sold to the whole time. And so I'm constantly going to be like, did I get the best deal, right? Could I have paid a lower price? Is he going to do a holiday special? Or, by the way, don't get me started on the discounting. Be really careful with that. It's not good. It's not good for the business. I'm going to constantly be in doubt, because even though it's the right solution for me, I feel like I was sold. I feel like it wasn't my decision. I want to be able to say, you know what, I'm going with Nathaniel or Joe or Sarah or whoever it is, because she really understands my business. And when it comes to payroll, or when it comes to getting this new pool for my house, or when it comes to getting my business in front of local people, that team gets it, and that's who got my business. Those are the people that are going to pay what needs to be paid for you to support their account. They're going to tell other people, and they're going to be a great client. They're going to give you latitude when maybe things don't go the way they wanted it to, because you understand the same way a good marriage works. You understand it from the beginning what they were all about, and you just put the option in front of them, and now you're collaborating as a team together on it.